Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 7 of Rolls of Fate. Hope you've all been enjoying it so far. Our hunters ran into a little problem in the forest. Well, it was getting too dark to continue looking for Silvia. The question remains, what was up with that strange basement, and why was it so important that Briar saw it in his vision? What will they find as they look for Silvia? Will they find what they're looking for, or will they find something much worse? You'll just have to find out.
So last we left off, you went back to Grandma Jones to kind of rest because it was very dark and you probably shouldn't have continued for the night. Do we want to do a time skip to the morning, or do y'all have something you want to do in the evening time?
Yeah, sure, let's do this now. Briar's pretty stressed out because he would have preferred them being able to continue, but, it's dark. And so he's kind of just doing what he does when he's, stressed in his room. So he's kind of just, taking the stuff out of his bag and kind of just, organizing it. And just, thinking about just everything that's been going on. He's trying to figure out whether this case is related to the other cases, because this one seems a little bit different. He's not sure, what's going on.
Okay.
And, as he's, sorting through his stuff, he comes to a deck of cards that he has in his backpack. And it's a deck of tarot cards. And he kind of just sits on his bed and he kind of just is staring at them. He hasn't really looked at them in a while. He kind of just starts
looking through them,
shuffling them a little bit.
Okay.
Just to have something to do with his hands. And he's just thinking about a lot of different things. And then he just suddenly has this sort of idea. And he kind of he needs to talk to Valencia about it. So he kind of focuses on being hey, could you...
Okay. Where is Briar sitting again?
He's on his bed in his room.
Okay. Then you hear a voice right next to you that says, you do tarot?
Oh, not really. I just have this. I've had it for a while. I need to talk to you about something.
What's up?
I've just been thinking a bit and just, it's kind of hard to explain how I kind of came upon this thought, but I was just remembering the fact that you were able to show me a sort of vision of a thing that happened, and it started my brain wondering well, what other kind of things can our powers do to show? And I started thinking, if you can show me things, maybe I can show other people things. Basically, I'm just trying to think if my powers could maybe make it so that Martin could see you. I don't know how it would work, if it even would. It might be a dumb idea, and I'd have to test it out with someone else so I don't, get his hopes up and then it doesn't work, because that would be pretty shitty. But would you want that if I could make it so that he could see you?
She kind of thinks for a second, and then she's like,
That would be nice, but I want to be able to hug him when he sees me. I want him to know that I am fully there. And I mean, him being able to see me at all would be nice, but it might hurt more.
Okay, yeah,
But we can
get that.
definitely figure out what we can work on your powers and try and figure out what you can do.
Yeah, I just have to figure out who I'd even be able to test that with. Maybe Moss. They don't really question much. They kind of just keep to themselves. So if I could maybe pull them in here, would you be okay with them being able to see you for however long it works? It probably won't last for very long, but...
If you would like to test it, yeah.
Well, not tonight. We are on a case, so I probably should get some sleep.
What kind of case?
The deputy, Martin's friend, the deputy, Silvia, she went missing, and we're trying to find her. She's a werewolf, apparently. That's what I learned this morning, so it might be supernaturally related. I'm not sure, if this maybe it's related to the other cases, maybe it isn't. I don't know at this point.
Well, everything's connected in some way, but sometimes the connections are not as large as we would like them to be.
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
No, I Don't think so. Not right now. But
Can I?
thanks.
I just wanna see your tarot cards. My wife used to do them.
Oh, sure. I guess. And he kind of like starts like I guess trying to show them to her. He can't exactly hand her the deck, but he's like laying them out.
I think that's a good end for that scene.
Yes, perfect. I love it.
Since we're doing scenes right now, I'm gonna do a scene with the Eva V.
Okay.
Okay, so you're sitting up in your room. Where are you in your room? What you doing?
Probably sitting on the bed.
Okay. Well, someone appears right next to you, and it is Jay. And he says, "Hi, Evie.
Oh, hi.
How are you?"
Scared the hell out of me. What are you doing here?
Ah.
I'm fine.
I just came to talk to you.
Okay, that's fine. How have you been?
I've been good. Well, I've kind of done a bad thing.
What'd you do?
Well, it's not bad for you, but it might be bad for me, and it might be bad for my brother. We both might get in trouble.
What happened?
We stole something from Grandpa, and we're gonna get it to you.
Okay.
But if Grandpa finds out, he's gonna be very upset with us.
I can try and help you.
Well, I mean, you can't really help. We're kind of not. Well, you have to somehow get here. And if I brought you here, that would make Grandpa more upset. And I don't want to do that. But my brother's gonna be here soon. Not tonight, but really soon. And he's gonna deliver it.
Okay.
He might not deliver it to you. He said something about delivering it to somebody else. But, once it gets here, I'll tell you. And you can make sure it gets to the right person.
Okay, and who is the right person?
I was told not to trust him, but I'm gonna anyway. Well, slightly. I'm gonna trust my brother, and my brother trusts him a little bit. So I gotta go, and she disappears.
Bye, Jay.
And that's that.
Okay.
All right, so let's skip to the morning. I assume y'all get up, and Grandma Joan forces you guys to have at least some breakfast before y'all head out for the day.
Briar is just really gung-ho, wants to go, so it's like toasting out the door.
Toast in mouth, runs out the door,
Exactly.
bag in hand. Oh, I love that image now.
Oh.
Anyway, so do you all head out to the woods? Is there anything you do beforehand?
Is Martin gonna be helping us again?
I think if you want Martin to help you, you're gonna have to go get him.
Yeah, I mean, how else are we gonna fucking get there?
It's a good question. Martin does have the car. I mean, Grandma
So
Joan
we're gonna-
also has a car.
We didn't really talk about it last time. It's like, hey, but it is his deputy, so yeah, he should want to help.
He probably will, yeah.
So I guess we're heading over to the sheriff's station, or wherever he would be right now.
He'd be at the sheriff's station. So y'all head to the sheriff's station. You walk into the sheriff's station, and you see the police officer from the very first mystery sitting at the desk.
Briar internally is like, oh no, don't recognize me. Oh no, don't recognize me.
Yes. This is Officer Oliver Mann, whom August and I worked together to name because I was just calling him Officer Man, and then so his name became Oliver Mann.
We loved him.
He's like typing on the computer, and he's just kind of on the computer looking up something, and his head kind of turns up when he sees you guys enter, and there's kind of just a moment of surprise, and then he's like, God, I need to come up with a voice for him. Hello?
We're here to see Martin. Is he here?
Yeah, just a second. And then they kind of turn in their seat, and they kind of just yell, Martin, there's some people here to see you. And then Martin comes out from the door behind the desk, and he says, hi, are we all ready to go?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, of course. Let's get to the car. You'll be able to handle it by yourself, right? And Oliver kind of nods and is like, yeah, I mean, with all the shit that's happening, I can. Martin nods and is like, good. I'll be back as soon as we find Silvia. And Oliver kind of nods, and you guys exit out into the street and go over to Martin's sheriff's truck.
By the way, unless someone else calls shotgun, Briar is getting in the front with Martin, because I assume there's 2 front seats. I don't know what sheriff cars are like.
I'm gonna randomly have Evie try and get into the bed of the truck, because why not?
Martin turns to you and is like, Evie,
I wanna get in the bed.
Evie,
Martin.
I am the sheriff. You need to be safe. please get into the car and buckle up.
Fine.
Buckle
Briar
the
just
fuck
rolls
up,
his
Evie.
eyes.
She closes the truck or bed of the truck and goes and sits in the car.
Buckle the fuckle up, Evie.
Does Martin actually say that?
No, that was just me.
I figured.
Martin would not say
But
that.
I always have to ask.
If I'm not attempting to do a character voice, assume it's just me.
Okay.
Okay, so y'all drive, and it's a 30-minute drive, listening to whatever music Martin listens to. I killed Ren. I have murdered them with buckle the fuckle up. Apparently, they cannot stop laughing. It's very amusing. They're muted, so you cannot hear their giggles.
Oh no, I can
It's
hear
great. Oh, you can hear them? Great. I murdered them. One shot KO. I killed them again. Okay, so y'all are listening to whatever the fuck Martin is listening to. I don't know what his music taste is. Actually, no, he listens to very like fantasy-esque music, like lots of like songs that would be considered like bardic in nature. That's his kind of jam.
So like folk music, kinda?
Yeah, kinda.
Okay.
That's it, like,
Briar's enjoying it. He doesn't say so, but he's enjoying it.
That's what Martin listens to, I have decided. Anyway, so you guys make it to the house. You can't really make it much farther on at least this truck. Maybe if you'd probably need a smaller vehicle to make it through the forest without, damaging the plants too much. So y'all hop out. What do you do from here?
Well, we go on foot, obviously. Do we still have the tracks that we're following?
Yeah, the tracks are still there.
Then just follow the tracks. Briar is just like very straightforward. Okay, let's fucking go.
Alright, so y'all are following the tracks. I just realized I need to design another NPC that I forgot. You guys are following the tracks, and you eventually come to a keep in mind, this takes like probably 45 minutes of walking. So if y'all have anything to like chat about while you're walking, I do that.
Briar is just like dead focused on following the tracks. He is not talking to anyone. He'll talk back if someone talks to him, but...
Anybody making conversation?
He's just looking at the forest and not saying anything.
Okay, so no one's saying anything on this 45-minute walk. Valid. Alright, so y'all, eventually you make it to a very dilapidated old cabin that has
Immediately check for a basement.
that has clearly not been used in a very long time. So since you're checking for a basemente, go ahead and roll to...
Investigate a mystery?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's plus sharp.
A 10!
Nice! Finally! He's on his game today.
So
He
you
has the
hold-
brain cell back from Martin.
Nice. So you hold
jinx
to what happened here, what sort of creature is it, what can it do, what can it hurt, where did it go, what was it going to do, what is being concealed here.
What is being concealed here?
Alright, so you look around and you notice something on the ground. Like you notice this chain that kind of winds its way all the way around the house. And you do see what looks to be a very, very small basement window. Now you have one more question.
Where did it go? Like what? Like is there any tracks of like something obviously leaving the place? Or is there any evidence of like that, like an obvious direction?
No, I will say there is a truck there. It's a small truck, but there is a truck still at this building that has obviously not been there for very long.
Fuck.
There is a truck.
Fuck.
And as you're sort of looking around, examining, you hear the cock of a gun, and then you hear someone shout out, What are y'all doing here?
Get the fuck out!
We're just looking for a friend of ours that got lost.
Yeah, well, there's no friends of yours here. Get out.
It's rather rude to be pointing your gun at us. We're just walking through the woods.
Yeah, well, people who walk in the woods around these parts are very rarely nice people, so y'all better get the fuck out.
Briar just kind of looks at Martin, being like, what do we do?
He sighs heavily.
Martin speaks and he says, well, I have some evidence that my deputy is around here somewhere, and I would very much like to find her. So now, if you would please lower your weapon, I would very much like to come inside. And the guy from inside the building just says, You ain't the boss of me. Fuck, I changed his voice. You ain't the boss of me. I do what I want. Please just fuck off. Martin says, I am the sheriff of this town, so if you want to mess around and get yourself arrested, you can go ahead and do that. But I would very much like to see what is going on inside that building. And he kind of looks at you three as he says this.
Evie kind of looks at Martin and then at Briar.
Briar's just like, he doesn't know what to do. He's not the official here.
Y'all gonna have to do something. This
Uh,
guy
I'm
is...
trying to decide if Evie is gonna jump immediately to violence, or...
This guy's threatening y'all.
Well, okay. Should Evie jump straight to violence?
I don't know. I don't know whether Tune In would work, because he's not technically a monster or a minion. He's just a regular dude,
Well, you
I
can
think.
try. You can try and use Tune In.
I could easily scare the hell out of him.
I'm gonna try and tune in on this guy to figure out what's going on in his head. To
Okay.
figure out how to easier get around this.
Okay, go ahead and roll. Plus weird.
Okay.
Okay, for the sake of this, I am considering him a monster because he is, like, you know,
The big bad.
the big bad of this mystery. Though this is not a very hard mystery, I guess you guys get a chill one. Anyway, so 11, you hold 3. And ask these questions. Where is the creature right now? What is it planning to do? Who is it going to attack next? Who does it regard as the biggest threat? How can I attract its attention?
Oh, I just realized these aren't particularly good questions because I kind of already know all of these. What is it planning to do right now?
He is planning. You can tell that he's not necessarily very scared. He's just more angry, and you can tell he's just kind of planning on trying to scare you guys off at the moment. But if you do get too close, he will probably try and shoot at one of y'all.
Who does it regard as the biggest threat?
He probably regards Martin as the biggest threat right now because he is the biggest of you three, you four, I do believe, and he's also the one talking and issuing demands. Because Martin is a 6-foot buff boy. I love him. Anyway.
Oh boy.
I don't know, because because that question kind of already also answers who is it going to attack next. And then we already have its attention and we already know where it is. I don't know. How can I attract its attention just away so that we can just, I don't know.
Be sneaky sneakies? Okay, you have a feeling the best way to attract his attention is to probably do something that might spook him a little so that he pays more attention to you and less attention to his surroundings.
Well, I can't really do that, so...
Because if y'all want to sneak in and save Silvia, or you guys could also go the more direct route. It's entirely up to y'all. But I will say, this dude seems, so far, to be a normal person.
Yeah, Briar's kind of flubbering because he's just like, it's just a normal dude. I don't know how to deal with this. Yeah, but Briar hunts monsters, not monster hunters.
Not save. He hunts the monsters. He doesn't save the monsters.
So he's kind of flubbering a little.
Okay, what are the other two y'all doing? What are Evie and Moss doing?
You're both muted.
I was looking at my weapons is what I was doing.
Oh, you're valid.
See, this is more Moss's territory.
What are you doing, Evie?
It's kind of thinking about if she should do this thing.
Okay.
/ scare the hell out of this person.
Yeah, I want to threaten this person.
What?
We should just, threaten this person.
Alright, so how are you gonna
scare the
threaten
hell out
him?
of him.
How are you gonna threaten him?
Let us investigate your basement, or, nothing you could do will keep us out of that basement, so we could either do this very easily and smoothly, or we could fucking fuck you up.
Okay, go ahead and roll manipulate someone for me.
No! How do I do that?
Roll plus
It's your charm.
which is a +1.
Oh, okay, I actually do have a... Okay.
So that's not terrible. The only thing you have a negative in is weird.
As long as
11. Oh fuck. Alrighty. They'll do it for the reason you gave them. If you ask too much, they'll tell you the minimum it would take for them to do it, or if there's no way to do it. Okay, so he kind of looks at you. He looks at you up and down, trying to figure you out, and then he's just like, well, I mean, you could probably vaguely see him from a window or some shit. I'd say he's on the 2nd story. There's 2 stories of this very dilapidated cabin. He's just kind of like, fine, but only one of you.
Okay.
Martin, it's your deputy. Do you want one of us to go in or for you to go in?
I want to go to the basement.
Martin says, it might be better for one of you two to go in, and he points to Briar and Moss, and not the teenager.
Martin, let me go
I'll
to the
go
basement.
in.
He looks at you.
I'll go in.
He's kind of whisper yelling at him.
Martin looks at you and he just shakes his head.
Let me go to the basement.
Evie,
Let me go to the
if we
basement.
get out of this unscathed, then you can go to the basement.
I want to go to the fucking basement. Let me
Evie.
go to the basement.
Stay
Evie,
here.
let the adults handle this. I'm sorry.
Briar's already walking towards the door. He's just like, okay, I guess I'm doing this.
Okay.
I'm not a child, Martin.
You're 17. Anyway,
So
continuing on. So, Briar, you enter the dilapidated cabin, and you see the guy kind of descend the stairs, and he's like, ugh. And you are?
Briar, now could you please show me to the basement, which is where I'm concerned about.
He kind of like rolls his eyes and is like, yeah, fine. And he leads you to it kind of looks like one of those old like cellar doors that are generally on the outside of the house, but it's on the inside of the house, which is kind of weird. But he leads you to it, and it has a very large padlock on it.
Can I roll another tune in right now?
He's gonna say something first, and he's like, yeah, well, you see that lock? I don't have a key to that thing. It's kind of been locked up like that for a while, so I can't access it. But if y'all want to try, you can go right ahead.
I'm assuming Briar wouldn't have bolt cutters.
No, he wouldn't. There is other things that you can do to try and unlock this lock.
Well, I don't think my flashlight or my big knife or my recorder are going to unlock it.
That's not what I was suggesting.
I don't know.
Okay, so he's
I'm
claiming that he cannot get into the basement because of the padlock.
Do you have a gun?
No,
No,
I
he
lost
lost
my
his gun.
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 I know, would have been so good, but I lost it. Oh well. You sure there's no key around here? I mean, it's a little strange for there to be no key.
He kind of just shrugs. So if y'all could get the fuck out of my way, that'd be nice.
There is a window to the basement on the outside. Would you mind if we try and get that open? Check it out through there?
I mean, the window's a bit small, and I mean, I know that y'all's group, from what I can tell, has at least a couple small people, but I doubt that any of y'all could be able to fit through there.
At least let us just peek our head in. It's better than nothing.
I'd really rather you didn't.
Why not?
Because it's my
What-
fucking house.
And
And
we
as
are
far as
on
I can
a
tell-
investigation.
As far as I can tell, y'all don't have a warrant, so you're lucky that I even let you in here.
If we came back with a warrant, would you let us in?
Maybe.
I mean, if we came with a warrant, I'm pretty fucking sure you would have to.
Fine. If y'all come back with a warrant, yeah, I'll let you in.
Fine, we'll be back later. And Briar storms out.
Okay. So you storm out, and then Martin kind of looks at you. He's like, well, what'd you find?
The basement has a padlock, and he
Monster of the week.
claims to not have a key. He said we'd have to have a warrant to check out the window.
the window.
The basement window.
There's a window. Martin.
Yes.
Martin kind of puts his hands on his head and kind of rubs his temples, and he sighs and he
Very
says,
excited.
I really doubt that if we got a warrant and came back, I doubt he would still be here.
Evie looked very excited. Looks very excited.
Is there anything you can do, Evie, that you haven't told me yet?
Oh, right. Yeah. You want to see? She looks
Maybe
very excited.
Maybe we should not
No,
do it in front of the guy
Can we
who's
go back
trying
into
to
the
keep
woods?
us
Oh,
out of
Briar is
his
like literally
house.
like trying to push her towards the woods. It's like, if you're gonna do something, don't do it in view of the house.
Fine.
Alright,
She walks towards the woods.
Come on, guys. Let's just walk a little ways. He kind of lowers his voice, like, let's just walk a little ways down the path, and then Evie can do whatever she wants, and we'll come back. Okay?
Okay.
We just gotta make it seem like we're doing what he asks.
Evie is like bouncing. She is very excited.
Adorable.
Calm down.
Okay, so y'all head off into the woods. Like, you guys can still see the house, but you don't think he would be able to see you. Evie, what do you do?
Evie's gonna shapeshift into a bat.
To a bat.
Yes.
You don't have to roll for this.
Okay.
So you just shapeshift into a bat, and Martin just looks kind of very surprised. He's like, all right, I guess you're one of those. All right.
Evie then flies and lands on his head.
Do you
That's just becoming a thing.
do you like being tall, Evie?
She just kind of pats his head. Her strange little bat
Itty
hand, I
bitty
guess.
wings. And she's still a bumblebee bat, right?
That's small.
Adorable.
So, what exactly is the plan here?
I mean, if we could possibly, like, either break the window open or just somehow get it open, she would easily be able to fly in there.
He nods and is like, yeah, you're right. What side of the house was the window on?
What side of the house was the window on, Lord Keeper?
It was the left side of the house, so you guys would actually be pretty. You guys are on that side of the house.
It was on the left side. We're actually pretty close to it right now.
So if y'all are quiet and sneaky enough, probably do this.
Hey, Moss, you still got your stealth going for you, or are you rusty?
Yes.
Which one? That?
I got it. Don't worry.
Valid.
Where am I sneaking though?
You're sneaking to the basement window to break it open so Evie can get in bad form. So I will have you roll to act under pressure.
Which is okay.
Plus cool. Your cool is a 1.
Oh fuck! Briar should have done it then. I assumed Moss's was cool would be really good.
Okay.
Ooh.
I give you a worse outcome, hard choice, or price to pay. Oh, there are things that I could do here.
Hard choice.
Well, I get to pick.
Cha.
Worst outcome, hard choice, or price to pay. Okay, I'll say you make it to the window. How are you breaking the window? Are you gonna punch it? Are you gonna knife it? Are you gonna gun it?
No,
Okay, you gotta.
No.
No punching.
I am assuming I am trying to break it with the hilt of my knife because I have no idea how else to break.
Okay, so you hit the window and you kind of slip on the wet ground and you drop your knife right into the basement, and it makes a quiet clink sound. And I will say that you broke the glass quietly enough that it wasn't too loud, but you did drop your knife into the basement.
As soon as Briar sees that, like, the window is open, he's, like, beckoning for Moss, like, trying to quietly beckon. He's like, get back here, before he notices.
Alright, Evie, you flying over?
Evie immediately like jumps off of Martin's head and dives through the window.
Alright, so you get into the basement, and it's it would be very dark for a normal person, but we decided that you have night vision, so you can see pretty well. And you see 2 figures kind of chained to the wall, and the chains appear to be burning them. You could kind of get a look at the chains, and it's very clear that the chains are made of silver. And one of the figures is Silvia. The other is someone who you do not recognize, but he looks like he could be related to Silvia. His skin is darker, and he has this kind of dark brown hair that is just a mess. And they're both like passed out.
Would it be too loud if I went back into human form?
I would say no, because I don't think your shapeshifting makes noise.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Okay, so you shift back into human form.
Yep, and then I'm gonna grab Moss's knife and toss it back out the window.
Okay, you toss it out the window.
You're welcome.
It lands on the grass.
Okay.
You guys see Moss's knife kind of get flung out the basement window.
I would like to pick up my knife.
You're far away. You'd have to sneak back over. So if you want to sneak back over, go ahead and roll act under pressure.
I will not.
Okay, valid.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of quietly walk towards the figures, but not get too close, and then just kind of whisper, Silvia.
You see her kind of move a little, like enough that you know she registered. She registered that she heard you, but not enough to like make any noise or anything. Like she's too like kind of fucked up to be able to respond.
Yeah. Okay.
The other figure also kind of moves just because he heard a voice.
Yeah. Hey, we're kind of here to help you, okay?
She just kind of.
As soon as possible. Shh, stay quiet, okay? I'm not actually supposed to be in here.
What do you do? What are you doing?
I'm just kind of explaining to her that we are going to get her out of here and that she's going to be fine.
Okay.
And also to the other person as well.
Alright. You doing anything in particular?
I'm gonna see if I can try and get the chains off of them.
How are you gonna try and get the chains off? You could try and brute force it. I mean, you have a sword. You have a sword and a pocket knife.
Oh, yeah. Does the pocket knife have anything on it that could possibly help?
Nothing that would be effective.
Okay. Are the chains connected to, like, the wall?
They are connected to the wall, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna walk over to that part and kind of see if I can... Oh, wait. I'm thinking about things, but I don't know if it would work.
What do you want to try? Make a decision here.
First I'm gonna look around the room to see if there's anything.
Roll to investigate a mystery. Or actually, in this case, I think it would be Rita's bad situation. So roll plus sharp. Your sharp is a 0. So just a straight roll.
Okay, alright. Okay, 5 and a 6.
5 and a 6?
Pretty good. Yeah.
11? You seem to roll very well. Anyway.
Your dice tray is doing well.
So you hold a 3, so you can ask one of the following questions. What is my best way in? What is my best way out? Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? What is the biggest threat? What is most vulnerable to me? What is the best way to protect the victims?
Are there any dangers we haven't noticed yet?
You're kind of sitting around in the basement and you kind of hear footsteps overhead.
Okay. And then what's the best way to protect the victims?
The best way to protect the victims would be to get them out of those chains.
Okay.
You have one more.
What's most vulnerable to me, I guess?
I would say what is most vulnerable to you is where the chains are connected to the wall.
Okay. Question, how loud would that be and how would I get them out after?
It's up to you to find out.
Okay.
Stab a bitch with your sword if you have to.
You do have a sword. I will say when you shapeshift your thing. I will say, what if when you shapeshift, all your things also get small? So you're like a tiny little bat in your clothes with a sword.
Oh my god, please. Yeah. I love that so much.
Okay. Yep, that's what happens.
I love it.
Anyway, what are you doing?
Kind of gonna go up to the wall. See, I'm thinking of using her sword, but I don't know if you can use that against me, and I don't want to like break it.
Your sword?
Yeah, it's the sword, Lindsay.
I mean, I have an idea of what you could do. You want a suggestion? You could try to just brute force it.
Okay, sure, we'll do that. Okay, we'll do that, I guess.
What are you gonna... Okay, wait. What are you gonna try and do?
Brute force it, I guess.
Okay, what does that entail?
Freaking rip it off the wall, I don't know.
I'm going to have you roll to use magic because this is one thing beyond human limitations. You have a +3 to weird.
Oh my god.
Good job. Do it.
Alright, okay, this is making me so nervous.
Do it.
Let's go!
What is it?
6 and 5, again.
Oh, so you rolled a total. If you rolled a 6 and a 5 for 11, +3, you rolled a total of 14.
Let's go!
Fuck yeah.
Which means it works without issue. Choose your effect.
Let's go! So proud of that roll, oh my god.
You're doing so good, Evie.
Yes. Okay, so you rip these chains straight out of the wall. And I'll say because you did such a good roll, you can also get the other set of chains pretty easily. They're also probably attached to the floor, so you get those as well. Because fuck it.
Okay, awesome.
So you got that, but now you need to figure out a way out of the basement. I will say you can only shapeshift yourself and not other people.
Alright. Now I'm wondering if I should go all out or go sneaky.
You did hear footsteps above you, and I do believe that probably made a little bit of noise, but because you didn't roll a 7 to 9, you did not get a glitch. So like it only is a little bit, and like he probably didn't notice that much, but he is growing very suspicious now.
Yeah, okay.
Just turn into a bear when he opens the basement door. Bite his face off.
And maul a bit?
Yes.
That is something you could do, yes.
Is it a good idea though?
I don't know, is it?
Let's find out!
Okay. So what do you
Oh no, what have I done?
Slam it into a wall.
You're gonna slam it into a wall. Okay,
Yeah, pretty much I'm gonna pick up the chain and whip it at a wall because I can.
Okay.
I'm making as much noise as possible.
Okay. I will say that you are... No, you're good. I'm loving this. I will say you are still very empowered by your... whatever the fuck just happened. Your enhanced supernatural strength. And you slam it against the wall. And you, like, actually break some of the stone off the wall a little bit. And I will say everyone hears this. And you hear the guy upstairs just say, "What the fuck?"
And then
you hear rapid footsteps to the basement door, and you can kind of hear him muttering.
Briar also runs over.
Wait!
He hears it because
you can kind of hear him. You can hear like the jingle of keys, and you can hear him muttering, like, "Fuck, not this one. No, not this one. Fuck, which fuck?" As he tries to figure out which key it is.
This is amazing. I'm gonna
So
shift
Briar's
into a
taking off running. Martin's probably also taking off running. Moss, what are you doing?
you can get your knife now.
Still running, grabbing my knife before following them inside.
So y'all are walking. You guys are running. I will say you hear the sound of the padlock falling to the floor, and the door. Oh, so I assume you've shapeshifted into a bear at this point.
Yeah, and I'm.
You can kind of hear Silvia just mutter from the ground, "What the fuck?" You shapeshift into a bear, and you look up, and you are met by you see the face of Doug Barryson, because that is his name. Doug Barryson. None of you know
Love
him.
that.
His
Love
name
that.
is Doug Barryson.
I love him.
Anyway,
I hate
I'm also
him.
probably going to
so
kill
you
him.
look right at his face. What do? He looks incredibly terrified and confused because
Snarl.
there is a bear in his basement.
Who is also wearing clothes, apparently.
Yeah, you're also wearing clothes and have a sword strapped to your back, but you cannot use the sword because you are a bear.
You're a bear.
So what are you
I'm
doing?
gonna snarl at him.
You're gonna snarl at him? Is that it?
Well, for now.
I thought you were gonna straight up just maul him.
Not yet. Who do you
Well,
think I am? At least I'm
he-
a little bit civil.
He raises his gun at you.
Okay, then I'm gonna maul him.
Okay, so you're gonna jump up and attack him? What are you gonna attack
Yes.
him with? Are you gonna try and claw him? Are you gonna try and bite him?
Can I do both?
You can do one.
Ah, fine. I'm gonna claw him.
Okay, go ahead and roll to kick some ass.
Alright. Okay, I feel like your dice tray is giving me too much of an advantage because I just got
What do you get?
a nat 6 for 1.
Okay, well it's a 6. It's a 1 in 6 chance of getting that.
Okay.
What's the other one?
4. 6 and
So that's a 10.
dice tray is giving me too much of an
I
advantage.
made a sigil on the back of that says natural 20s come my way. It's just working. Anyway, on a 7 plus, you and whatever you're fighting inflict 10 plus. Choose an extra effect. You gain advantage, take 1 forward, or give 1 forward to another hunter. You inflict terrible harm, +1. You suffer less harm, or you force them where you want them.
Would be more useful here.
It's up to you.
Because I don't want to like kill the guy just
Mhm.
straight up.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you
I'm
can
gonna
try and knock him out.
I'm gonna do terrible harm because I don't want to kill him.
You can give someone the advantage, which will give them +1 on their next roll.
You can also
I can
suffer
stab.
less harm.
What?
What if I just bap him on the head
With
and
your
try and-
claws?
Sure.
So you're gonna claw him across the face?
Well, no, I'm gonna bap him.
You're using your claws.
I know. I have 2 paws, Lindsay.
Hold him with
I don't know what
with
I'm
the claw
doing.
in one hand, smack him across the head with the other.
Exactly.
I don't know what that would be.
Slap.
That's not an option.
I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. What are the options?
Gain
yeah,
advantage,
terrible.
take +1 forward, or give +1 to another hunter. Inflict terrible harm, suffer less harm, or you force them where you want them.
What does plus forward mean? I don't
It
know.
means the next time you roll something against him, you get a +1, or you can give the +1 to another hunter, and they will get a +1 on their next roll.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know how this works.
You're good, don't worry.
You're good.
Okay.
Okay, let's just say you're gonna do the you gain
Okay.
the advantage because
Okay.
you bap him in the head.
Thanks.
And
Slap.
as you bap him
Bear slap.
in the head, he gets 1 shot off right at you for 2 harm, but that
Ow.
actually is 1 harm for you.
Oh, right, I forgot.
That is actually only 1 harm.
Alright, 1 harm.
Bapped. You bap him in the head and he looks disoriented, and you kind of claw him, like probably in the chest area or something, and you just kind of claw away at this kind of armor that he's wearing.
He's wearing armor now?
Of course you are. If you're it's underneath his clothes, but if you're monster
Oh.
hunting, you're gonna have something to protect you.
Yeah,
So you
that's
kind of
fair.
just claw at that.
Okay.
Are you giving the +1 to yourself, or are you giving it to another hunter?
Well, Evie wouldn't necessarily know that the others are coming.
This is
Yeah,
true, so
that's
it's
true.
probably just for you.
Yeah.
What are the other 2 of you doing?
I mean, Briar's trying to get through the door. I assume he can't. Well, can Briar get through the basement window?
No.
Then he's going to the door. He's gonna try it. If the door isn't unlocked, he's
The
just going to
door-
try and break it
The
down.
door isn't locked because it's so old that, like, the door handle, where the door handle usually clicks in, is, like, completely gone. There's no actual door handle. He just didn't want y'all to come in, and he had a gun, so.
Just getting into the house, and I have my knife out, and
Okay,
I
you
Falling
see
into
him
the
kind of-
chair.
You see, Doug standing at the
Doug.
basement door, like, holding his head, and you see the head of a bear just kind of pop up from the basement door.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I guess I'm going to try and help Evie out.
Okay.
Like, I guess I'll try and tackle him.
Okay. Go ahead and roll +cool.
Okay, my plus cool is 2. Nice.
I'm loving this image though, just the image of Briar just full sprint tackling this guy.
Fuck! Hey, I get plus weird now. I have +3 weird now.
Okay, so you run and you try to tackle this guy. I will say you run up and try and tackle this guy, but you trip over a piece of wood and you fall on your face. Take 1 harm.
Okay, yeah, that sounds about right. That's once per mystery at this point.
Apparently so. Alright, Moss, what are you doing?
So what's his name? Doug is standing in the basement.
He's standing at the door to the basement. He did not have time to get in because Evie attacked him.
Okay, and Evie is upstairs as well.
Evie's just poking her head out, bare head out of the basement door.
Straight up, I'm gonna let Evie deal with this. I don't feel the need to help at all.
Okay, are you gonna do
I
anything?
feel like, nah, I got my knife back. I'm inside, I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm a laugh. This is funny.
Okay, Doug kind of hears you laugh and he kind of turns his head towards you. He's still kind of disoriented, but he just heard someone
Can I bap
fucking
him again?
laugh at him. What?
Can I bap him again?
You want to roll to kick some ass again?
Let me bap him. Yes.
You can roll to kick some ass. So plus your tough of 2.
Okay. Double 5s. Nice.
So a 12. You choose an extra effect. You gain advantage. Oh wait, no, you get a 13 because of your plus forward, which doesn't really do anything at the moment. So you take 1 forward, you inflict terrible harm, you suffer less harm, or you force them where you want them. What are you doing?
If you suffer less harm, you'll take no harm at all.
This is accurate.
Trying to figure out if force them where I want them would work.
Well, what do you want to do?
Knock them on the floor, I guess.
Then yes, force them where you want them to work.
Cool. Alright, I'll do that.
So you do that, and I will say he probably did not have time to ready another shot, but he does have a knife that he's able to get quickly out and slash at you. It does nothing because it does 1 harm, but you suffer 1 less harm, so it does nothing. Evie is overpowered.
Yeah, you let her be this way.
I love her.
Martin runs over and he helps Briar to his feet.
Briar.
That's what
Briar's pretty embarrassed, but he's trying not to show it.
Okay.
I
what'd you do
guess. I guess he's trying to get into the basement, just like running past them, because he's assuming that's where the people are. He's gonna try and help the people out.
Okay, so roll to act under pressure for me.
Okay, that is again cool. Okay.
Yeah. So plus 2, an 8.
Okay, that's
okay. I will say you rush past Doug, and you rush past Evie. Doug is on the ground; he can't really get at you. You run past Evie, and you trip on a stair, and you fall on your face, and you take 1 harm.
One of these days his glasses are going to just break.
Not yet, though. I haven't gotten to that point yet. Don't worry. Your glasses are just extra powerful, and you're in the basement, and you can see these 2 people who still have the chains on them, but the chains have been very clearly ripped from the floor and the walls.
Are they like cuff-linked to them, or are they just like wrapped around them?
They're cuff-linked.
Fuck. What you
gonna do?
I guess he's just... Because they're still attached to the chain, so he'd be dragging the person and the chains up the thing.
This is true.
I guess he's just really frustrated, and he's just gonna try and see if he can just pull the cufflinks open. He's just not thinking, he's just like, I would want these off.
Alright, I will say, I would consider that.
Magic?
Yeah, I would say do one thing that is beyond human limitations, so go ahead and roll.
That's what I was
Plus
hoping
weird.
you'd say.
You're welcome.
I get to do my new +3 weird!
Woo! Oh, fuck!
What?
Hell yeah!
14! Alright, so I will say, you start doing that, and it's a little difficult at first. Like, it's fucking hard. Briar is not the strongest person. And then right next to you, Valencia appears, and she kind of just puts her hands over yours and just kind of nods. And you feel like this kind of thing you haven't felt before, like this magic just surge through your hands, and then you rip the cufflinks open. One by one, you rip off all 8 of them. No problem. And then Valencia smiles and disappears. And you can still kind of feel that kind of magic surge through your hands.
He's actually, like, grinning, because he's like, oh, shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
And I guess now he's going to try and drag Silvia up the stairs.
All right,
We'll go back to the other guy,
We'll
but
get back to that in a minute. Moss, what are you doing?
I feel unnecessary here.
can I say that I yelled for Moss, being like, Moss, help me get these out?
Okay, yeah, I will run to help you get the two prisoners out of there, even though you just like picked apart their cuffs.
I will say, nobody really saw that, but Evie, you definitely felt it. Like, you felt some kind of thing behind you. Okay, Moss, go ahead and roll the act under pressure like I did with Briar for you to get down the stairs. Because you're trying to get past Bear Evie.
Barry.
A 7! So you get a worse outcome, hard choice, or price to pay. I will say you also fall down the stairs and fall on your face and take 1 harm. So don't worry, Briar isn't the only one being a klutz this time.
Yay.
And as y'all are doing that, Martin kind of runs over to Mr. Doug Barryson. And Doug kind of just tries to stab him with his knife because he's on the floor. But Martin just kind of kicks it. And he rolls He rolls Doug over. Shh. He rolls Doug over and puts his hands behind his back and grabs a pair of handcuffs because he's the fucking sheriff. And he says, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. I think that's what they say? Oh, fucking no. And he handcuffs Doug's arms behind his back, and he kind of starts to bring him out to the car.
Okay, Briar has Silvia. I imagine he motioned for Moss to, pick up the other dudes, grab him. We're going.
I got this.
Evie, what are you doing? You're still in bear form.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to human form now.
Okay, you watched the bear right before your eyes transform back into Evie. Do y'all head back up to the truck?
Yeah.
I'll say that you're probably able to make it considering you have basically 3 people doing this. So you head back up to the truck, and Martin put Doug in the back seat, and he turns to Evie, and he says, all right. You can ride in the back now.
Hell yeah! And then she's just gonna hop in the back immediately.
I'm gonna also need one more person to ride in the back, unless you want to put Silvia or God, I don't know his name, but Sylvia's uncle. But you can either put one of the 2 of them in the back with Evie, or one of y'all could ride with her. Wait, fuck. You guys walk all the way back. You guys walk all the fucking way back. Oh wait, no! Doug has a truck. You guys
Are
go
taking Doug's truck?
car?
You take drugs to the truck. Doug's truck.
Drugs?
Drugs, Doug's truck. You take Doug's truck. You find the keys.
Yes, we take a
He
truck.
has a ridiculous amount of keys on his keyring. There are 15 different keys or something ridiculous. You can find the car keys pretty easily because it's car keys.
That's good.
And y'all kind of pile into the truck.
Yeah.
Actually, I think since Doug's truck is small, there's actually only 2 seats on the inside. And Martin puts Doug in there because he wants to keep a close eye on him. And the rest of the 5 of you are in the bed of the truck.
Okay.
And you drive back. It's a bit shorter, probably. It's a bit shorter than the 45 minutes. It's a bit shorter than the 45 minutes it took to walk there. You guys make it back. And Martin's gonna I would really prefer to drive my truck, so let's all switch over there. And y'all switch over into that. I will say that Martin's truck has the front seat and shotgun, and then 3 seats in the back. And so Evie's in the back. Who else is in the back?
Is he still keeping Doug up front with him, or is Doug in the back?
Doug is in the back.
Okay. I mean, so long as no one else calls shotgun, Briar's taking shotgun.
Well, Evie called bed, so So y'all head back to the sheriff's station, and Martin hauls Doug. Before you guys go to the You guys stop at Grandma Jones first, and he drops all of you off, and he drops off Silvia and her uncle, and he says, Mrs. Joan will be easier equipped to help these 2, so I gotta go take care of this. And he motions to Doug, and then he drives to the sheriff's station and puts him in a cell.
Alright.
That went differently than I expected.
That was a lot easier than I was expecting.
I expected there to be like a legitimate battle, but Evie was like, I'm going in bear form and I'm gonna knock him out. Alrighty.
I'm sorry, that was my fault.
No, that was so good though.
Well, oh hey, I
That was
stopped the
amazing.
premonition. I got another.
Oh yeah, you do get another XP because you stopped the premonition.
Yay!
I will say the premonition was most certainly Sylvia's uncle killing Doug.
Yeah, I figured that out.
So that was a real easy mystery. Y'all got a light one this time instead of the big one. But this guy was just a normal dude, so like he's not like a monster. He's just a normal person. So
He's not dead, right? I didn't
he's
kill
not,
him.
he's
he's
alive.
not dead.
Okay,
He's
thank
just
God. I didn't want to kill him.
he's been arrested and will probably be tried for kidnapping and attempted
Kidnapping.
murder because he was going to
And also-
stab Martin.
And also, didn't he technically threaten you too?
He did.
Yeah, he threatened all of us.
He did
Yeah,
threaten all
so
y'all.
I
So
feel like is he going to be charged with all of those?
yeah, possibly. Anyway, let's just do some end of session questiones. Did we conclude the current mystery?
Yes,
Did we save someone from certain death or worse?
probably.
Did you learn something new and important about the world?
I mean, Briar learned he could do magic.
Well, did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters?
Oh, that's that question.
Yeah.
About the world.
I don't know if you figured something out about the world, but you definitely did you definitely did save someone from death. You saved someone you learned,
Okay.
you did
Well,
conclude
it's
the
still
mystery.
3 or 4 is still Mark 2.
And you did learn something new new and important about one of the hunters. So y'all get 2 experience each. Wait, does that
Yay!
bring Briar back up to 4 experience?
And no, it brings it back up to 3.
Okay, but didn't you roll a 5?
This session, I
Oh,
rolled,
no, you rolled
a
a
10 and 11.
No, you did roll a 5. You rolled a 5, and then you got one.
Yeah, and I marked that experience.
You got one
Oh!
experience, and then you got an experience for stopping the
Oh, that's
premonition,
right.
and then you got 2 experience for the end of session. So you have 4 experience again.
Ah!
God, Briar is the one who fucking levels up all the time. I need to make these premonitions harder to stop, apparently.
And it's especially surprising considering the fact that he only gets blurry vision.
So, I will say that it's probably just getting to be probably about 1 p.m. when you guys get back. You guys get Silvia and her uncle in the house. And you see Grandma Joan, but only for a minute. She gives the duties to Seuss instead, who she knows is very capable. And Seuss starts tending to the 2 of them. And you can tell that Seuss is a little bit more worried about Silvia. Kind of just fawning over her a little bit, looking very worried and nervous. Is there anything else you guys are gonna do today?
I mean, not that I can really think of. I mean, Briar did have that idea last night of being like, I wonder if I can make Moss see Valencia. So, like, if Moss isn't busy after we get back, he might pull them into his room and be like, hey, I need a favor from you.
Okay.
So I guess he does that. He
Moss
pulls...
is never busy.
He's just like, hey, I need a favor. Can you come talk in my room for a sec?
Yeah.
So, you gonna try that?
Okay, so he brings Moss into his room. He's like, so this is gonna sound weird, but I've been seeing a ghost ever since I came into town, and I've been trying to mess around with her powers, and I think I want to test out whether I can make other people see her as well, and you're the only person I really trust enough to try and test that out with. Would you be okay with helping me test out if I can make you see the ghost? If it hurts either of us, it'll hurt me.
Alright, let's go.
Okay.
What exactly are you gonna do?
I mean, I figure this would be like use magic, do one thing that's beyond human limitations, because I can't really think of anything.
Okay, are you gonna do anything before that?
Oh.
You're making it seem like I should, but I don't know what else I would do.
There's one thing that you should do before you try and make Moss be
Oh,
able to see
yes.
Valencia.
It's just like, oh, wait, shit, Valencia needs to be here.
She kind of just appears.
Valencia.
She kind of like hears you and she appears and she's like, yes?
Hi, we're gonna do the thing. This is Moss. They might be able to see you in a minute. To Moss, it just looks like Briar is talking to the wall.
Can I look where Briar is looking and say, oh, hey, it worked?
Like, I haven't done it yet.
What?
I haven't done it yet. I didn't do.
I know.
Wait, Moss, are you? What? You can already see. I didn't do anything yet.
Nah, I'm just fucking with you. Go right ahead.
Okay. He kind of just like holds out his hands like, I think I might need to do this. And he's like trying to get you to like put out your hand.
Okay, I mirror Briar.
Okay, so y'all touch hands.
And Briar just like focuses on being like, magic, let them see the ghost.
Okay,
Or whatever.
Go ahead and roll to use magic. A 9. So it works imperfectly. Choose your effect and a glitch. The effect is weakened. The effect is of short duration. You take 1 harm, ignore armor. The magic draws immediate unwelcome attention, or it has a problematic side effect.
I don't really want to take harm right now, so I'm gonna say it's of short duration. I just need to see if it will work at all.
Alright, so you cast the spell Moss. You can kind of feel this weird, like, tingly sensation spread up your arms and to your head, and then you see, kind of standing by near Briar, a woman. How tall is Briar again?
5'4".
Okay, I'd say, yeah, slightly shorter than Briar. A pale woman with long blonde hair who is wearing a long white dress that kind of looks like it could be a very fancy nightgown. And you see her, and she sees you register her, and then like it lasts like 30 seconds, and then she just kind of fades away.
Did it work?
Okay, I'm kind of fucking speechless.
Okay, I need to make sure that you're not fucking with me again. What did she look like?
Valencia. Okay. Long blonde hair, white dress, pale, purple eyes.
Purple eyes. That's awesome.
Is that what you
Is
say?
that what was that?
Yeah. Yes,
Nice.
I say that.
Briar's just like, okay, good enough. Thank you. Okay, thank you. You can
Nice.
go if you want. I just wanted to see if I could do that at all.
All right.
Okay. Briar, do you look at Valencia?
Yeah.
She looks shocked. Like, this is not at all what she was expecting to have happen. She's like,
I didn't think that would actually work.
Neither did I. But it did. That's good. That's good, right?
Yeah, it is.
we're gonna skip a little bit. It is now evening time, and you hear a knock at the door. Who answers the door?
I mean, Briar might be sitting out in the living room, so I guess he would if no one else goes for it.
Where are Evie and Moss at this point?
I went back to my room.
Okay. What about Evie? Where is Evie?
Where am I?
It's kind of evening time.
It seems like she was mostly spending her time in her room, is what you said last time.
Oh, right, yeah.
So up in her
She's
room?
probably up there listening to music or something.
Okay, then I would say Briar's probably the one who would notice. And Grandma Joan has not. You haven't seen Grandma Joan at all. And, like, Seuss is still kind of tending to Silvia and her uncle, who are now, like, conscious and they can talk. They're just really fucking exhausted. They're actually, they're probably napping on the couch. So Briar's probably more, like, in the dining room area.
Yeah, okay.
You hear the door knock on the door, and you go over and you answer it, and Martin is at the door, and he says, Mrs. Joan called me here. I don't know why, but she said it was urgent. And you kind of hear
weird. We haven't seen her all day.
You hear footsteps, and you see Grandma Joan at the top of the stairs, and she's like, yes, Briar, could you please, gather Moss, Evie, and, Seuss for me, please, and, meet me up in the attic.
Alright. So he goes, knocks on Moss's door, it's like, attic, come attic. Kind of does the same with Evie and Seuss, just like, go to the attic, meeting.
Okay, so y'all head up to the attic, and Grandma Joan has something set up. There's lots and lots of candles lit all throughout the room. There are some chalk drawings on the floor that you can't really recognize, and you see that feral vampire is out of the cage, but is like chained up and cannot move. And you can see Grandma Joan is just finishing up a little chalk line, and she says, yes, I need to try something. I want to try and break whatever is making her feral. So, I needed as many people as I could to help me with this. I am going, to put my hand on her head, and then I just need all of you to either grab my shoulder or grab another one of your people so we're all connected. Will you please help me?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so do you all do it?
I don't know if I'm there, but sure.
Okay, yeah, you're
Okay,
there.
You would be.
All of you are there. I assume as
Okay.
long as you went up to the attic.
Yeah.
Seuss kind of puts their hand on Grandma Jones' right shoulder. How are y'all setting it up? It doesn't really matter, but how are y'all setting up? Just
I
for
would
this-
like to touch her left shoulder then.
Alright, so Moss is on her left shoulder.
I guess I'll go with Moss then.
Okay, and so Evie, you're probably on Seuss's side.
Yeah.
And then Martin puts one hand on Briar's and one hand on Evie's shoulder. So you're like a kind of circle kind of thing. And then Grandma Joan kind of closes her eyes and she starts focusing, and you can hear her just start muttering under her breath something you can't really understand. And the candle flames start dancing, and I'm gonna need all of you to roll plus weird for me.
Okay. Oh no, for Moss. It's fine, mine will make up for it.
This is mostly just a big. Oh shit. Okay.
Yes!
Got a
That's
15.
a critical hit!
Yeah, we got a 15. We got a 6. So go ahead, mark experience. And then Evie, roll
yeah.
plus weird for me.
Okay, nice.
I am so happy.
Okay, 6 and a 2 plus weird.
So that's an 11. So we got, I'm
Nice.
just going to mark these down in a notepad. We got 15, we got 6, we got 11. I would like each of you to make another roll, but Briar, roll plus 3, Evie, roll plus 2, Moss, roll plus 1 for me. These are for,
What?
Okay, these rolls are for Joan, Seuss, and Martin.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
Oof.
Alright, 9, 5.
I'm so sorry!
Okay, I rolled a 2 and a 5.
So 7 plus.
I
yours was
presume I
plus
can't
2.
use a luck point on
No,
that,
this
because it
was-
wasn't
this
my
was-
roll.
So you got a plus, what was it? A plus, yours was a plus 2. So you rolled a 7 plus 2, so another 9. Alright, oh boy, this is fun. We got 2, I'm gonna just sort these by failures, actual wins, and incredible wins. We got 2 of each! Lovely,
Well,
lovely,
that's
lovely.
more wins than losses, right?
This is true. I will say, because of that, everyone will take 2 harm.
I'm unstable.
Yeah,
Oh my
you
God.
can feel your vision kind of going blurry, and then you feel a hand on your shoulder, and I would like one of you to make a plus weird roll with plus 3.
I'll do it.
Alright, make a roll plus 3 for me.
Okay, nice.
What'd you get?
6 and a 4.
So a 13.
Nice.
Alright, I am going to say, because that is over a 12, I will say that, Briar, you kind of look and you see Valencia, and because Valencia appeared, that gives every single roll that happened an additional 1. So we got a 16, 12, 10, 10, 7, and a 6 in total there, which brings that up to many successes, 1 critical failure, and 1 success. So I will say, because of that, y'all the kind of moment passes, and I will say you do end up healing 1 harm off of that.
I'm stable!
You are stable. And as you see, all of a sudden, all the candles, their flames kind of burst up toward the ceiling. But as the flames get longer and longer, they start shifting from fire and look more like space. And as the flames kind of fill up the top of this room, you just see the vastness of space kind of engulf the ceiling of this room, and all of a sudden it just all condenses and shoots right down to the center of the room into the feral vampire. And y'all are kind of blown back and kind of just fall on the ground, and you see that the chains holding the vampire are just gone. And Grandma Joan has also been thrown back, so the vampire is the only one still in the center of this room, and you can kind of see those kind of like stars and still a tiny bit of space kind of floating around her before it finally disappears, and she falls back to the ground and lays there for a second, and she sits up and like rubs her head, and she's like, what happened? What happened? And she opens her eyes, and you see a young woman. Her hair is still that pure white that it had been before, and you look at her eyes, and you see that in her eyes, you see that they're cut perfectly horizontal, I think? Yeah, horizontally in half, where one half of her eye is a bright yellow and the other half is a bright blue. And Grandma Joan sits up and goes over to her and she says, "What's your name, dearie?" And she says, I'm Laverne. What happened? I was walking to my apartment. I just moved here and I was walking back to my apartment and I got attacked. Oh God, what? Fuck, he killed me. What happened?
Evie looks sad now.
And she looks at Joan, and Joan just kind of puts a hand on her shoulder and she says, "It's okay. You're safe now. We got you." And she's just like, "What happened? God, my head hurts. Do you have any food? I could really go for a burger right now."
Mood.
And Grandma Joan nods and she's like, "Yes, but I don't know if a burger will work." And Laverne shakes her and she's like, I just want a burger, please. Could you help me up?" And Joan kind of props her up, and some of her hair falls in front of her face, and you can see a look of just pure panic on her face. She's like, What? My hair's not white. Did I bleach it? That's not right. That's not right at all."
Evie kind of covers her mouth and then walks towards the stairs.
Okay. So, Grandma Joan kind of helps her down the stairs and starts making burgers for dinner because that is what Laverne has requested. And Laverne just kind of sits at the dining table and she's just shaking.
Briar looks very uncomfortable. He's just like, "Okay, glad that worked. Oh boy."
Stay in his room for the rest of the day, because I gotta go to work.
Okay, alright. So I'm legitimately shaking.
You're valid.
What did y'all think of that scene?
Oh, that was so good.
Thanks. I am whoo. Okay, so Laverne's sitting at the table all shaky. What are y'all doing?
I don't know. Briar's just kind of sitting there awkwardly because he's like, "I'm glad that worked, but also now there's just a scared person at the table, and I don't know how to deal with that."
Okay, so
Did Martin leave?
no,
I'm assuming he left.
Martin's still there. I mean, there's a person. He's gonna still be there.
Okay.
He wants to make sure this person is okay. And, this is one of the only ones of the missing people that actually, returned.
And survived.
Yeah, survived, in quotation marks.
Yeah.
So,
But hey, we got
Grandma
one.
Joan brings out some burgers. She brings burgers and all the makings, like buns and mayonnaise and ketchup, relish, blah blah blah, stuff for making burgers. And Laverne she grabs the buns and she just puts on all the condiments she wants, and then she grabs 2 patties and sticks them right on the burger and just takes a big bite. And she's just kind of, you can tell in that moment that she has not, she hasn't really been able to eat, this whole time. I imagine Grandma Joan had been feeding her when she was feral, but vampires don't normally crave normal food. And she's devouring this burger like it is the last meal she will ever eat. Oh, do you guys have anything you want to do?
I mean, Briar's just very awkward right now. He's just like, oh boy. Is Evie doing anything?
Yeah, Evie, are you doing anything?
Evie is kind of spacing out. Hasn't really touched her food much.
Okay. Is there a particular reason she's spacing out?
She's thinking about things.
Okay, understandable. Martin kind of looks at you, Briar, and he says, everyone was really distracted up there, but Briar, she was there just for a second.
You saw her too?
Just for a second. But, that's all I really needed. I know she's there.
Yeah.
Which means, we can bring her back.
Yeah. Oh. And suddenly Briar just kind of looks a little bit concerned. But just for a moment, he's just like, and then he kind of spaces out.
And Laverne kind of finishes up her burger, and she's like, I feel really weird.
Evie kind of looks sad for a second, and her shoulders drop.
I don't know what happened, but something's weird. And she kind of she starts making that face where you're about to sneeze. And she does sneeze. But when she sneezes, you can see, all of a sudden, she just kind of flashes. And for a split second, her body looks like space.
What?
And you can see galaxies and stars. And then it's just for a second right when she sneezes. And afterwards, she's like, the fuck?
What? What
What the
was...
fuck?
What?
What was that?
What?
What just happened?
And Briar just looks at Grandma Joan being like,
Grandma
what
Joan
the
looks
fuck?
incredibly shocked, and then Laverne just kind of stands up from the table and she's like, I have to go. And she heads towards the door. Do y'all do anything?
Briar's not going to follow the strange lady home, so guess she's leaving.
Martin also isn't, but Grandma Joan just kind of like makes a motion to try and stop her, but Laverne is too focused on getting somewhere else. And she's gone and she heads back to her apartment. Is there anything else y'all want to do this evening?
Well, that happened. Should we be keeping an eye on her in town?
Grandma Joan nods and she's like, yes, I have a feeling that she's something new now and she's gonna need some help.
Yeah, vampires don't normally magic space sneeze. That was weird. What the fuck was that?
Strange. Anyway, I am gonna. I'll clean up.
I'll help. Let me help.
Okay, so y'all clean up after dinner, after, everyone's finished eating. And let's just do a little, skippy skip to the bed this time.
Briar just goes straight to bed. He's sore as fuck.
Alright, so you head straight to your room, but when you get there, there is someone sitting at your desk looking through your deck of tarot cards.
Oh?
Is it Valencia?
Nope, this is someone else.
Who is it?
Can Briar see? Is the room dark? I
It's
see he
dark.
turns his light on.
Okay. The light turns on, and
He's saying what the fuck as he turns the light on.
you see someone whom you've not seen in quite a while.
Whomst?
He turns his head towards you and looks you in the eyes, and he says, hey, Briar. And you look
whomst?
into the eyes of your twin brother, Bo, who looks
fuck?
the same as he did 6 years ago.
Pardon? Repeat, please?
Bo? And Briar just kind of like takes his glasses off. Is he still there?
Yep, he's still there. In full color. Not when he wasn't in full color when you had your glasses on, but now he's in full color.
But how? And like Briar just like reaches out and just like tries to like touch his arm. Because if he's not there, he won't be able to feel him.
Okay. You reach out and you touch his arm, and Bo says, "Briar, I don't have time to explain. It's gonna be noticed if I'm gone too long, but I just."
What was he talking about? How? You were dead. We're gone. You were dead. You're dead.
I'm not dead, Briar. Our parents, they did something they really shouldn't have. I really don't have time to explain. Just take these. And he hands you a bundle. And he says, I really, really have to go.
No, wait, no, I just got you back.
I wish I could stay, I really do, but I have to go. It's gonna be noticed if I'm gone too long, and he's gonna be very upset with me. And he's headed towards your door. What do you do?
He just kind of Briar's just standing there in shock, just saying, no, don't go, come back. But like he's just frozen in place. He's just like he's literally going into shock.
Bo stops at your door, and he kind of turns around. And he's like, Briar, I'll be able to come back eventually, but I can't stay right now. Just do me a favor, okay?
Anything.
Trust Harley. And then he opens your door, and it's not to the hallway. You see what looks like a beautiful, beautiful forest. Like beautiful, luscious plant life. Plants of all sorts of colors, unnatural and natural. But something is wrong. And every living creature you see looks exhausted and scared and upset. And he goes through, and the door shuts behind him.
Briar immediately runs to the door and opens it again.
It's to the hallway.
He just closes the door, and he kind of just sits at his desk, and I guess he opens up the bundle. He's like, what the fuck is inside this?
Alright, so the bundle is 2 things. The first is a very familiar looking revolver.
Fuck yeah!
There you go, you got that back. And you
Yay.
open up the next part of the package, and you see what looks to be bones, or a bone. Well, leg bones.
He immediately is like, oh, he closes that back up and he's like, that's probably Valencia's thing. So he pockets his gun relieved to have that back, but more he's just like, he just takes the bundle of bones and he just leaves. He's going to Martin's place.
All right, Evie, you are upstairs in your room.
Oh, wow.
And Jay appears in front of you, looking kind of distressed, and she says,
Oh, hey, Jay.
"Hi, E.
You okay?
I'm scared.
Evie kind of crouches down. Why? What's wrong?
He's really angry at me.
Hey, come here.
He's
She.
he's angry at my brother too. He's so upset with us. We don't know. We just wanted to help you guys, and he's.
Hey, calm down. She kind of like opens her arms for a hug.
Evie, Jay just kind of plops right into your chest, and I feel like this is one of the first times you've actually felt her, and this is when you realize she is very, very real. Like,
She kind of like gasped slightly and hugged her.
I don't know what to do.
It's okay.
He's gonna. I'm so scared.
Jay, we can protect you here.
Can't stay. If I stay, that'll hurt you. I have to go. I don't want to go.
I know.
I've been a good girl.
I know.
I've
I'm
been, but I just wanted to help, but I can't help you. If I'm in trouble, then I can't come back. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I have to go. I have to go back. I have to go back.
I know. She kind of hugs her, hugs Jay tightly.
Okay, you sit there for a minute before Jay finally gets up. She's like, "Thank you." And she goes to your closet door and opens it, and you see that same beautiful, beautiful forest with very exhausted looking creatures, and you see a person who looks like a younger version of Briar for just a second. And he looks at Jay and he looks relieved, and then Jay kind of goes through and the door closes behind her.
Evie kind of like sighs and stands up. She kind of wipes her eyes slightly. Well, that was an experience. Oh, God.
Briar, as you look at your desk, you see one tarot card has been placed on it.
Oh, which one is it?
It is.
Fuck, I need to get my...
It is the Tower.
Fuck. I was about to say I need to get my book out. No, I don't. I know exactly what that means. What that card means.
The Tower.
Briar is very distressed.
Take that as you will, but the Tower tarot card is upright on your desk.
Fuck. Yeah, he especially, now he's in an even bigger hurry to get to Martin.
We can start that next session.
Next session.
Thank you all so much for listening to episode 7 of Rolls of Fate. I hope you all enjoyed it. The rescue mission for Deputy Silvia went about as smoothly as one would expect, although with a little less death. But what's up with this new Laverne character? Why is there something entirely new that no one has ever seen before? You'll just have to keep listening to find your answers. Have a good day. Goodbye.